Yo, what's going on, my VVOGs, my Omi homies, my fellow master collectors, and everybody else on YouTube? It's your bromy, the Gale, back at it again with another VV video. Let's get it. Okay, so we are living in some interesting times right now with the NFT and crypto market seemingly down in a bearish trend. Its adoption is still underway. Its awareness is still gaining traction, and right now is what I like to call a buying opportunity. So I would like to make another video. I only have 1,000 gems. What would I buy? With all of my OG knowledge, if I was just now coming into the app, what would I spend 1,000 gems on? So that's what this video is going to be about. So without further ado, let's breeze into it. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a few different scenarios. And when I talk about investing, I'm talking about growth potential. I want to invest in items that are going to grow over time and, that are going to withstand, the bearish of markets, and, they're going to thrive in the bull runs. So in this first scenario, we are just looking at 3D figurines, aka not comics. So, I think I want to start off with the Mickey Mouse NFT collection. Now, we can look at a Jaunty Jig Steamboat Willie, which currently has a floor of 330, or if we want to increase the scarcity, we can look at a Happy Whistle with a floor of a 405, basically about a little more than like $80 more. So this one has 13,900 editions as opposed to, let's see, the edition size of the common, 18,000. Okay, so we got a 5,000 difference in scarcity. I think we're gonna save the 100 and just get this common Jaunty Jig. So this is the first, Steamboat Willie, very iconic. I'm not gonna go into the history of it, but I think it's important to grab at least one of these for myself. If I was new on the app and I had $1,000, this is very low. During the all-time highs, we've seen floors of 1,200 gems, right? So 330 is a heck of a deal at this point in time. So I'm gonna grab me one of these 330s, and we're gonna keep it moving, right? So now that we got that under our belt, I think we're going. Ooh, let's take a look at Spider-Man real quick. Let me see what the common is real quick. 508. Ooh, that's a little pricey. That's gonna take a big chunk out of our investment power. 379. That'd be 600. I think we definitely want a Spider-Man in our collection. Let's take a look at the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. 108. Okay. Hey, shout out to Dino Lang. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe to him at the floor. I think we want to secure at least one first appearance Spider-Man, okay? Zombie Hunter Spider-Man has potential. It's got the Cloak of Levitation on him. That's Doctor Strange's accessory. So I think we're going to secure him, right? Let's do that. So we're getting the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. That takes up another 108 gems. So we've spent 440 gems so far. So we got about 560 left. So let's keep it moving. What do we want to look at now? I think we want to stick with the Disney theme, and let's go over to the lenticular cards. They have dropped considerably from the all-time highs. Common Mickey is currently 260. Minnie Mouse should be less, 207. Yep. Let's take a look at Daisy real quick. 220. Okay, so I think the smart thing would be to grab either a Mickey or a Mickey or a Minnie Mouse. Seeing that Minnie Mouse is cheaper and we already have a Mickey Mouse collectible in our collection, I think we're gonna want to grab a Minnie Mouse. So for 207 gems, that will take us to 600 spent, right? About 650 gems spent. So we have about 350 gems to go for collectibles. So we can do a few things. Let's see what we can do here. We can grab a whole bunch of cheaper items, or what I say, 350? Okay, 350. I think we want to come down here to Back to the Future. Oops, wrong category. Back to the Future. And we're going to want to grab a common DeLorean. I know there's like 50,000 of them, but if we're thinking ahead for the Veveverse and for possible utilities, we already seen this thing drivable. You know they're going to bring it back. So for 69.99 gems, that is a steal, considering how early we are. I think a lot of people are going to want DeLoreans when we are like mainstream. And, now's a good time to pick one up for less than 100 gems. So let's do that. So $69.99. That brings us to what? Oh man, I should have had a calculator. I think like around 240 gems left to spend, right? So we have a mode of transportation. Okay. So what we want to look at next is definitely a first appearance or a first edition. We have limited gems and we want to spend them wisely. We want to put them where things are going to appreciate. What am I missing? Ooh, let's take a look at Pixar. So we just got Woody, which I do believe is a blue chip. There's 731 left. Let's take a look. 282 gems. Shout out to Dino Lang again with the floor price. That wouldn't be the worst investment, but let's see if we can look elsewhere for something more affordable. Ooh, it just hit me. USPS. So stamps. A very speculative investment. Stamps are like one of the most collected items in the world, in the physical world, but in NFT format, it's fairly new. So these are the first ever NFT stamps officially licensed by USPS. And if we look at the common, it's going for 85 gems. If we look at the uncommon, it's going for even less, believe it or not, 64 gems. So I think we're going to grab an uncommon Day of the Dead stamp for 64 gems. And that's going to leave us with like, about $150 left. So we could stack these, but I think we want to spread out our money real quick. So let's take a quick look at Storm. The common is very affordable right now for 46 gems. Let me take a look at the uncommon real quick. Uncommon is even less, believe it or not. So I think we're going to grab an uncommon Storm, one of the very first X-Men on the app. And it's Storm, Storm. So that's 43 gems. So that's another 100 gone. So I think we have like about 70 left or something, 70 gems left. So with that, let me see if I can see something. Ooh, maybe we'll just have to hit up a Marvel Mighty. Let's see. Definitely got to hit up a Marvel Mighty, right? Veve exclusive. Now let's see which one is the best deal. Let's take a look. Let's start with Captain America first. Steve Rogers, that is. 62 gems, perfect. So we can either grab a Steve Rogers, or if you want to go a little newer age, you can get a Sam Wilson, the next Captain America, for even about half the price. So Steve Rogers or Captain America, that's your choice. Or we can get speculative with it and grab a Mr. Fantastic for 28 gems, because we know the movie's coming out. And if we grab Mr. Fantastic, then we might want to grab The Thing, which is about 28 gems too. So you can get 2/4 of the Fantastic Four. Let's see what the Invisible Woman's going for now. Let's take a look. 28 gems. So you can get 3 out of the 4 Fantastic Four for about which would pay for like 2 Captain Americas. So I think we're going to leave that flexible. The choice is yours with that. And then we got the Human Torch for 76. About the cheapest I've seen him in a while. So I think the options here is grab like one whole set of the Fantastic Four, minus Dr. Doom, or you can grab Sam Wilson and or Steve Rogers. So that is how I would spend 1,000 gems at the moment. There's a couple of other ways I could have went, but for this take, this is the direction I would look into spending my 1,000 gems. So with that, let's get into the next scenario. Okay, so now that we've gotten our collectibles out of the way, in the scenario number 2, we're going to look strictly at comics. So once again, we're looking for comics that are going to hold its value over time as well as appreciate over time. So what I would like to do is start from the top down, meaning start from the best comics on the app and then work our way down to the lesser comics, quote unquote lesser comics. So of course we have to start with our only Golden Age comic on the app currently, Marvel Comics #1. If you don't know, this is Marvel's first ever comic. Actually, technically it's Timely Comics' first ever comic, and it's also Marvel's first NFT comic. So it's got a lot of things going for it. So let's take a look at the common price. Oh my goodness, a low floor of 280 gems. We've seen this thing touch 550 gems, if not more, during all-time highs. So we definitely got to secure at least one of these for our collection. I want to take a look at the uncommon 350. Okay, no, we'll stick with the original cover for the most affordable price. So I think we'll just grab one so we can diversify. But I think the smart thing would actually be to grab a couple. But for this scenario, I think we're just gonna grab one for 280. Okay, so once we got that in the bag for 280, so next I want to go to my I think to arguably the second best comic currently on the app, if I can find it. Feel free to take a guess before I find it. Let's see. Any second now, any second. It always does this when I'm recording. Like the one comic I want to find, it's always at the bottom for some reason. Anyway, we are looking for... Come on. Help me out. I think I'm going to leave this in the video too. I'm just going to leave it in here. We are looking for Fantastic Four issue #1. Okay, it didn't show up. But anyway, maybe I'll refresh it. Maybe it's at the top. But yeah, Fantastic Four issue #1, in my opinion, is the second best comic. Here it is on the app currently. It's a Silver Age comic. This is Marvel's first family. This is Marvel's first superhero team. And yeah, so let's take a look at the price. 131 gems. That is a great price for the time being. I think we've seen this touch 400 gems at one point. Wish I would have sold mine at that time, but anyway, 131 gems. That is a great price. I think we should grab two of these, don't you? That's pretty affordable. Let me take a look at the uncommon real quick. 139. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab one common and one uncommon, just because. Let's take a look at the edition sizes. The uncommon variant has 6,000 editions. Okay. Now, if we go back to the common variant, let's take a look at the edition size. The common has 48,000 editions of this particular cover. So for sorry, I don't know. That was a very loud motorcycle. Sorry. For $8 more, we can get about 42,000 editions rarer with the uncommon. So we'll grab a common and an uncommon for a total of, what's that, 260. We'll call it 270 gems. All right, so 270 plus 330, that is 600. So we have 400 gems left to spend. So with that, I think we'll take a look at the Amazing Spider-Man issue #1. We're gonna come over here and spend 109 easy dollars for that. That's a steal. So now we got 300 gems to work with. So we're gonna work our way down to, obviously, let's take a look at Miles Morales real quick. Definitely want to get one of him for 91 gems. That's a steal. So I think we'll just charge that to the game. So now we have what? I lost track already. We got 300 gems to spend, like 310 gems to spend. So with that, we're going to let me take a look at Fantastic Four 13 real quick. What I want to take a look at is the rare Veve exclusive cover, because this is Veve's first ever exclusive cover, and I think that's going to mean something down the line. Now this rare cover is not too bad. It's kind of grown on me ever since I bought one. I'm waiting for it to load up. Here it is. So this is pretty interesting. I didn't like it at first, but it's kind of growing on me. It has a certain aesthetic, and for 159 gems, that is actually a steal. I think I might actually get another one. I'll think about that. I'm going to think about that. But for now, I think it'd be smart to get the Veve's first ever Veve exclusive cover for $159. So we're going to do that. And I think we're left with about 150 gems left after that purchase. So let's come back down here. And I think we want to take a look at Journey into Mystery issue number 85. This has been sleeping on the app since it got here. It's one of the top 3 comics that Veve dropped, or the first 3 comics that Veve dropped on the app, and it's still sitting at a low price of 43 gems. So I think we can grab one of these and be happy about it. Possibly 2, but I think we want to diversify a little bit. So we'll just grab one Journey into Mystery comic. And then I want to take a speculative purchase with the Fantastic Four issue number 12. If you don't know about this book, I made a video on it explaining why I believe this is a sleeper comic. And what we're going to do here is grab the original cover. And oh my goodness, 18 gems? We're going to grab 2 of these actually. We're going to grab the common and then we're going to grab the uncommon, which I'm assuming is affordable. Yep. So we're going to grab the common and the uncommon, and then we're going to keep it moving. We're going to, Fantastic Four issue number 5, I think. Let's see what the price is. Yep. This is the last comic I think we can afford. So we'll grab one Fantastic Four issue number 5 with the money that we have left. I think we have enough money left. So that is the comics that I'm going to grab with my 1,000 gems. Trying to diversify as much as possible, getting a little bit of each, of the best comics on the app. So that is how I would spend my 1,000 gems if I was new and I had all of my knowledge for being here a little over a year. So with that, let us move on. Okay, so as a bonus, if I had to spend my 1,000 gems on one item, I think I would take a look at the golden moments. It would either be between Homer and Bart, which is currently sitting at a floor of 975. It would either be the Pizza Planet truck, 890. I think there's only going to be one Pizza Planet truck, and this truck has been in just about every Pixar movie, except for like The Incredibles or something like that. Or I would take a look at Wall-E, 738 gems. That would leave us with like 300 gems left. But I think if I had to spend 1,000 gems and like just forget about it for like a couple of months, 6 months, it would be on a golden moment, one of those 3 affordable ones. Possibly the Avengers logo as well, but that's not really my favorite. But yeah, I think golden moments will hold their value and increase over time. And let me do the same thing for a comic. If I had to pick one comic to spend 1K on and just forget about it, I think it might have to be the Fantastic Four Ultra Rare. Currently sitting at a floor of 830. You can read it. It has utility. It's a high value comic. And even though the Ultra Rare comic doesn't really look too appealing with it's all black and white, but I think it will hold value over time and increase. And if not that one, then obviously Marvel Comics issue number 1. I would probably pick the highest rarity that I can afford, so that might be the rare for 740 gems, and I would just sit on that. So yeah, with that, let's move on. And that's the video, my friends. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you learned something or enjoyed the content, feel free to drop a like on the video and consider subscribing for more Veve content like this. So hopefully that gave you an idea of kind of where, if I was like new to the Veve app with all of my knowledge for nearly a year on Veve, that's kind of the direction that I would head in terms of like, profitable investments that I think might do well over time. There were like 10 other ways I could have went with that. I could have picked any given collectible, but that's basically where I would generally look towards in terms of that. But yeah, hopefully that helped you out. There's many, like I said, there's many ways to collect, but that's just, I just wanted to throw that out there for anybody who might be looking for an idea. So with that, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say or do is financial advice because I am learning just like you guys. I am just your friendly neighborhood genius. sharing his thoughts and opinions on this awesome app known as Veve. So take everything that you hear from me with a grain of salt, because things could change. And with that, if you would like to follow me on the Veve app, if you scroll your eyes to the bottom left-hand corner of this screen, you will notice my Ben Simmons Spider-Man, which I have listed for 1 million gems. If you find him, you can follow me, and I will do my best to follow back. And with that, thank you once again for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Until then, peace out and hodl strong, my friends. And be like water, stay liquid. Later.